Well, it's time to enjoy the fruits of our labor and take our first road trip in our 1995 Beaver Motorhome that we've been restoring. So the maiden voyage, we chose to go to Desoto Caverns. It's a caverns, kid park, cave outside of Birmingham in a town called Chillisburg. It's about 50 miles to the east of Birmingham. We had a good trip up there. Our first concern was this railroad track overpass that we had to go under. I was a little concerned about if we would fit. I couldn't see a sign anywhere that said the height. I know our motorhome runs about 12.4 with the air conditioners. And so we just eased up to it. I believe I even called my brother and asked him. He's like, oh, you'll fit. We go there with tractor and trailers. So we just creeped under it. I'm sure the people behind me were like, let's go, let's go. But my CB antenna did rub a little bit. But other than that, no issues. So we got to the campground. We were the only camper there. There we are set up. I believe that is spot 3 that we're set up in. And I made a short little video that day of the campground. Show you this place. That's where the camper is. I'm amazed at how nice it is. There's a cave, water stuff for the kids, general store, all kinds of neat little stuff. This is one of our favorite campgrounds to come to. It's usually very quiet, always clean, and not too crowded usually. So let me do a walkthrough of the campground and show you site by site. Alright, let me show you around the park. This right here is your main entrance where you come in with your motorhome or fifth wheel camper, whatever. It's a tight little turn into this little area coming from the parking lot. Watch out there, kitty cat. Then to your left is a pavilion. I've seen it. We've camped here like 4 or 5 times already, but a couple of the times that's been packed. And then on the weekends, sometimes they'll have Boy Scouts, Girl Scouts, or something. And they'll spend the night and do nighttime cave things, but still always pretty quiet. Off to your right is a little area where they have a train that they give rides, and to your left is the restrooms. There's some restrooms right there. Straight ahead is the gift shop and all the mazes. They got like a maze, all kinds of neat little things up in that area. In the campground, there's the layout of the campground on this site ahead. They got a putt-putt golf, and then here's your campground or your camping spots. There's the bathrooms right there to your left, in those where those green doors are. There's 3 of them there. They used to have washer and dryer, but I don't think they do anymore. That first spot right there, that's site 1, 2, and 3. It's 3 campers. So the thing about it is, if you're in the middle, you can't get out, or if you're in the back and you unload your truck, you can't get out. So that's interesting. So we're actually in slot 4. It's a pull-through single slot. It's a very long slot. You don't have any problems getting in and out of it. And then I believe that is 5 right there next to it. It's either one of those spots I like. The 50 amp, the only ones that are 50 amp is that where we're parked there in the blue motorhome, and I think the one next to us, and then there's one down below us there. One of those is 50 amp. The rest are all 30 amp. That's another pull-through site to your right, and also a pull-through to your left. That was number 7 on your right. I'm not sure the number of this one. Sorry. I'm doing this with my drone, so still learning. At that time, I was still learning to fly my drone. Yep, there I am, running my mouth. So you have another spot right there you can back into. There may be another one in the back, but I've never seen anybody in that one. So number 9 right here is a little short camp spot. And then you've got several down here on the right that you can pull into. Sorry, not pull into, you can back into. You can see them there. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of them down through there. Sorry for all the zooming. I'll get better. That's spot 10. All spots have sewer and water. That's 11. Those are about, I want to say 35 feet. I'll get better at measuring them. There's spot 12. 30 amp with water and sewer. This is looking back. Sorry about that video quality there. There's the Beaver. Spot 12. This is spot 13, 30 amp, and about 30 foot long. Maybe a little longer than that, maybe 40 foot long. And spot 14, same setup, water sewer, 30 amp. Most of them have a picnic table at them. And right there is your dumpster for your garbage. And this is looking back. This is spot 15, 30 amp. Looking back towards the pavilion and back to the gift shop area. This is how you would exit. There's the rookie drone operator. Like I said, that's the trash. That's the trash, and then here's your exit. And I would suggest you, when you exit out, you can go right, but I would go left and go back out up that road and to the right to the main exit. The other way is a little curvy, and then you're back to where you started, to where we come in. Looking at it from this direction, you might get an idea of how sharp and narrow this turn is. So that's the tour of Desoto Cavern, Mystic Caverns Campground, and we're back to the entrance. That was our maiden voyage and shakedown trip. Had a few issues to come up that we had to address. One was the air purge dryer valve. Had an issue with it. It would open and purge the air off and close. Sometimes it was real slow about opening and closing. Actually, one time it opened. We were crossing over a 4-lane highway, and we was almost across it. It came open, didn't close back. Air pressure started dropping. Luckily, I was able to get over off on this little side road and get under there with a hammer and tap it and get it to close. Sprayed some WD-40 on it, let it cycle a few times, and got back on the road, but had to order a new one of those, replaced that, fixed that issue. Then the second issue we had was the headlights. We had put these new LED headlights in to replace the stock ones, which were really dim. And I really love these new headlights. They are super bright. We were probably about 2 miles, 3 miles from the campground. Headlights just went out all of a sudden. Boom. Luckily, I had my bright LED driving lights on and was able to see enough to drive from them. The headlights would flicker off and on. So started trying to troubleshoot those when I got to the campground. Thought it was a relay, the headlight relay that's built in. Couldn't figure out what it was, so just started tracing down my issues. The headlight dash switch, pulled it out, looked at it. It had got hot, and that was my issue. So I thought, well, I need to fix it permanently. Got a new switch, ordered a headlight relay kit, installed that, fixed the problem. Hadn't had any other problems. I've ran the headlights for hours and got out of there and felt all my wires are all cold and cool, so I had to fix that. And that was the main issues we had as far as motor and drivetrain and all that. Didn't have any issues, had a good trip, and was able to work out these few problems.